to Media Men Online. I'm Dan. This is Isaiah.
Hello, hello.
And spoilers ahead for Zom 100, aka Zom 100 Bucket List of the Dead. Spoilers for the end of episode 1. Bullied by his boss, worked around the clock, he's nothing more than a corporate drone. All it takes is a zombie outbreak for him to finally feel alive. Is this your first experience with this? Because I read the manga, so I'm gonna try and keep it just episode 1 because there's a lot of extra thoughts in my head. But we'll start with you.
I've seen stuff online about this, but I've never read the manga. I really didn't have any intention on watching the show. Some of the stuff I had seen shared didn't seem to interest me at all, and I'm kind of zombied out. So I was going in really completely blind for the first episode.
Okay, we'll get into your thoughts on that in a moment. So I had the same thought, and I wrote verbatim. Personally, the zombie genre jumped the shark after the first few seasons of The Walking Dead, which was in 2012. And I went through a list of a few different movies that I enjoy, zombie-related movies, and they're all pre-2012, except for one.
It takes something very unique with the zombie genre to really get me interested. And I don't know if I've enjoyed some zombie stuff I've watched since The Walking Dead, but I don't know if they came out before or after The Walking Dead. I'm pretty sure Wreck, which is one of the ones like a movie I watched a year or so ago, I enjoyed the crap out of that, even though it's a zombie movie. I'm pretty sure it came out before The Walking Dead. I'm not sure if Train to Busan came out before The Walking Dead, but I really liked it as well. And the weird thing with those movies, I guess, is that neither of them are American, and they kind of do something like the zombie part isn't the focus.
It takes a zombie story from a different angle to hold my interest. So, Shaun of the Dead obviously takes a comedic angle.
Yes.
Zombieland also comedic. It's an action comedy separate from Shaun of the Dead. So Shaun of the Dead is 99% comedy. Obviously, there's some zombie killings, but if a zombie's coming at you and you're debating which record you want to throw, it's a comedy.
It's a parody of zombie movies.
Yeah.
That's why, Shaun of the Dead's great. Zombieland, I own the DVD actually I've had that for a long time.
The other two I have, one is an anime called Is This a Zombie? Have you ever seen this?
Never heard of it.
Oh my god. So follows your main
zombie?
Yes. Follows your main generic protagonist. He's killed, spoilers, for a show that came out in 2011. Yeah. He's killed in the beginning and resurrected by a girl who... So the main character is a zombie. Not everyone in the show is. But he's resurrected, so he can't die. And that's his power. But he also accidentally... it's very stupid. Gets powers transferred to him to save this girl. You know, like the magical girl stuff where they're all like prissy and...
Yeah.
So he's a magical girl and a zombie. Yeah. And then the last one, the only one after Walking Dead that I could think of was Life After Beth, which is another comedy.
That sounds familiar.
It has that stoic chick in it who's really... She's got my kind of humor. She's like really dry and things like that.
Aubrey Plaza.
Aubrey Plaza.
Yes. Okay. I've not seen this. I've heard about it.
Oh, okay. Watch that when you get a chance. She's excellent in it. Okay. I have some information regarding Bucket List of the Dead, and then we'll get into the episode itself. The original release date was in Monthly Sunday Gene X, which is it's a manga book that's not Shonen Jump. Everyone knows Shonen Jump, but it debuted in October 2018. October 19, 2018. Currently 14 volumes in Japan and 11 in the US. And actually, the 11th volume released today as of recording, August 15th. So it's available in the Viz Media app for $1.99 a month. Not the Shonen Jump app, because it's not in the Shonen Jump magazine, so it's not a Shonen Jump title. But it is on the Viz Media app. So August 13th is the dub initial release date. July 9th is the sub. So we're about a month behind on the dub. And this is the only anime I can remember, especially recently, that released on multiple platforms at the same time. So it's Crunchyroll, Hulu, and Netflix. Because typically everyone's scrambling to get the IP. Even though they didn't create it, they want to be able to, lock it in, make you buy their service if you really want to watch it.
I know Netflix has the exclusive streaming right for the live. They are making a live action TV show. I'm pretty sure.
It's a movie and it's already out.
Is it a movie? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so I was like, maybe because they got like the rights to that, they also somehow got the rights to stream it. But so is it being released like monthly on Netflix as well then?
Yeah, all three services are up to date on both the sub and the dub. I can't remember a time. Even the anime of the season last season, the Oshinoko, that was locked behind HIDIVE.
Yeah.
So, and I don't like. So this is what I try and do when we're talking about an anime is tell people where they can watch it. Obviously, there are your less kosher methods, but a lot of times I'm watching an anime discussion or something like that, and people will pop in, they'll talk about something and leave. Like, where do I find this? Tell me. So sub and dub available on all three. So, and it's weekly on Sunday release for both versions.
You made me really happy because I'm hoping this means Netflix is finally shaping up and starting to weekly releases again.
I personally don't think that they will change. I think this is for instance, if Netflix had the exclusive rights, they would drop it all at the same time or in chunks. But since they have to keep up with Hulu and Crunchyroll, they're falling into line. That's what I think, at least. But we'll see. Time will tell. We just talked about taking a different approach to the zombie genre. And if any zombie story does that, it is Zom 100. The first episode is heavily reliant on his work. At the start of the episode, we get a flashback to his day one. He meets the hot girl. Everyone's nice. Oh, she's totally my type. She's everyone's type. It's out drinking, back to it's the craziest transition because he's happy at first. Then he realizes this place is a sweatshop. I mean, they do get 80+ hour weeks every week, so we've all had these types of jobs where it feels like an eternity that you're there, but he was literally there for days on end.
I was like, part of me was like, I kind of get this, but then it's just like, okay, this is like what I'm feeling, but cranked to like 50.
I think they want you to feel that, so they turned it all the way up. When we're looking at the flashback, totally normal art style, but as we see, like in the beginning, as we see him progress through the first 3 years of his job, it becomes dull and bleak. So when he first sees the zombie, obviously we're taking a drastic turn. He first sees the zombie. The blood is like paint. And as he's being chased and he realizes, wait a second, I don't have to go to work. And it just the color just explodes everywhere. It's fantastic. It just looks awesome. And his whole thing is, okay, I'm going to go and confess. I'd rather be eaten by zombies than not confess to the girl of my dreams, which is the girl he works with, who is also the boss's side piece. Whatever. So he goes there. I thought it was going to be a corny type of rom-com situation when I was first reading this, but it turns out she's already dead, and he still confesses to her. This is where he gets the idea to literally write a checklist. And I think that if they would have gone the he's trying to be her knight in shining armor route, it would have been kind of boring. The whole point is the bucket list. He wants to experience everything he can, even though it's during the zombie apocalypse, while he can.
For me, for this first episode, I don't feel like I was given enough to see if it's going to be a unique take on the zombie genre, because this was more so about how the zombie apocalypse started. So I was like, this was a good first episode to kind of get me introduced to the character and his mindset, but I didn't really get a taste for like what the zombie part of it is going to be connected to, like the overall tone of the show. My favorite part about the episode was the production quality of it, and kind of like what you're saying, where everything's kind of like black and white, and then like he sees like the zombie eating, and everything's still kind of black and white until like he starts to realize what's going on, and then color starts to like splotch here, in here, kind of all over the place. And then like when he finally realizes, like, oh, I don't have to go to work anymore. It's just like the zombies
Yeah.
explode with color. Then I thought the 3D animation was really good for the transitions of parts, the kinetic energy of it. That's why it's like I need to see more episodes, because the thing that impressed me the most was the production quality. The story hasn't really hooked me yet.
Yeah, I would say definitely go watch this. This is a lot of fun. Voice acting, English dub voice acting is really good too.
As long as they don't over rely on just like the zombie nature, kind of like what we were talking about earlier, I kind of wish I had gotten to watch like the first 3 episodes in a row to really get those hooks in, because it's like I can see the hook, I'm swimming towards it, I just need to get hooked first.
I mean, it's quite good. It's definitely worth watching the first episode. You don't know exactly what you're gonna get based on what I've read from the first episode, but it's just a heavy setup. Typically, when we're doing an anime review, we do the first 2 episodes for this exact reason. But wanted to get the word out there about this one, so I would say definitely check it out. Very good possibility anime of the season. Entire first episode is kind of a breakout, if you will, because it's mostly confined to explaining why he would not be too afraid of the zombie apocalypse. The zombie apocalypse isn't as bad as his job. Yeah, let that sink in. Voice acting, incredible. Art, incredible. I mean, if you don't have FOMO, fear of missing out, stick around for the dub because it's great. Based on where I am in the story, it really turns up the intensity, the excitement, the adventure, because and spoilers, they go on some adventures, and it's absolutely ridiculous. It's a lot of fun. If the art looks this good, and I'm used to seeing it in black and white on a flat panel, the art looks this good already in the first episode. As long as the quality doesn't dip, it's going to be excellent. Definitely stick with this one. It's one of my favorite current manga, and I read a lot of them, so trust me on that one. And on that note, we will catch you guys later.